Hello, everyone. Welcome to our PropTech Innovation Summit 2020. And I'm happy to welcome with us NIKOLAS SAMIOS from PropTech1 Ventures. Hello, NIKOLAS.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
Please tell us about what your venture fund is about and maybe what you guys have been investing in.
Right. So PropTech1 is one of the first venture funds in Europe, just focusing on PropTech construction tech ecosystem. So we started early 2018. Until now, we have invested in 9 companies. We scanned approximately 500 companies. And then distilled out these kind of nine portfolio companies. The idea is to invest really across the full value chain. So real estate as an ecosystem, from our perspective, has tremendous room for optimization, for innovative approaches. Of course, everything is connected to digitization of these things. And that was already true pre-corona. Yeah, we totally believe that it's even more true in times of corona or post-corona. So this is what we're doing, and we'll keep on doing for the next forever.
And you had just hit the hammer on the nail, as you would say. In times of corona, a lot of people and startups especially are wondering, how can you secure investment in such challenging times?
Right. If you zoom out a little bit, I think the first good news is that the PropTech construction tech ecosystem is relatively in good waters, if you want to say so right now, because the majority of these startups is providing more long-term oriented B2B digitization infrastructure for the real estate ecosystem. So if you are running a consumer shop right now, and in a worst case scenario, you're 100% dependent on people traveling, for example, of course you have severe impact in your top line, and also, of course, your bottom line and cash flow from the business model. But if you're in the boring B2B software as a service, enterprise SaaS space, for example, maybe some people are arguing, it's difficult to do B2B sales, you have long sales cycles, and so on and so forth. And that's true. But the good thing is this is now also protecting your company in a way. So you might not have the super immediate hit in the Corona crisis. And speaking about the midterm and long-term perspective, we think that the real estate ecosystem needs this digitization push. And the only problem basically real estate in the Western world had over the last centuries was that everything was working anyhow, regardless how good you optimize your process. So now it's getting a bit tougher to earn good money in real estate. And so this is usually a good time to optimize your process, to invest in efficiency improvements. So in a nutshell, we believe that startups that are providing a short-term return on investment for their customers, that are more B2B oriented, now are sought for. So maybe they even are a net positive, kind of a crisis winner. Maybe there are other startups where it will be difficult to get fundraising over the next 6-12 months, because their ROI is somewhere in the future. And the industry maybe is now more focused on short-term optimization effects.
What kind of advice could you give to those startups that have maybe a longer runway ahead of them to get those funds? Is there any advice you could give for those that might have the difficulty securing funds?
I think I would personally, so let's say as a founder right now, optimize my business on these short-term ROI aspects. If I can find short-term customers that are willing to pay for the product I'm delivering, I usually will also be able to show that to an investor, even if the investor landscape might be a little bit less crowded in a way, because the tourists are gone and you only have more the professional, long-term oriented investors. But if you have a short-term positive effect for your customers, so if your business is working, in these times, you will also be able to acquire funding. If you are doing the 100 blockchain innovation, whatever solution that might have an ROI in 5 years, maybe it's a difficult time to get funding. If that is fair, don't know. But reality is cash is king. So I would personally optimize my business on these short-term returns currently.
And you'd already mentioned it, so the short-term returns are really important. What else do you look for in a startup? So for all the startups that would like to approach you, what are the main things that you find very important that you guys look at?
There's always the joke. So the three things you're looking at in an early stage startup is team, team, and team. And that's, let's say, halfway a joke. So of course, it's also interesting to see what kind of problem are you solving. Is the market large enough for that? Is it scalable? Yeah? So at the end of the day, we want to write a check and then get our money back, whatever, times 10 or something after some years. So we're more or less flexible in the timing, but there must be the outlook that there is a scalability inside the model. So, and that usually means that you have to have some kind of clever technical core, so you have something that can really scale. It must be defensible. So if there is no team worldwide that's doing something similar, it's a strange sign. If there are 100 teams, of course, it's also not a good situation, yeah, because you will just have a lot of competition and the prices will go down. So I think everything is true that you can read in any blog, in any book. So to optimize kind of your equity story, the value proposition of a startup, short-term speaking, show some traction right now. I think that's more important than ever.
Wonderful. Well, NIKOLAS, thank you so much for your insights, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the PropTech Innovation Summit, and hopefully we get to all see each other again physically live in 2021.